So I just thought of an idea that could change Loomian Legacy forever, and this idea would literally take the developers basically 5 to 10 minutes to script it in, or I guess code it into the game, so the idea could be implemented. And by changing Loomian Legacy forever, I mean that a lot of people would be happy about this if it were to be added into the game. And literally I see nothing wrong with this other than the traders. However, we don't really like the traders because they're not very cool. But with all that being said, what exactly am I talking about? Loomian Legacy has a huge problem in the game. What exactly is this problem? Number one, hunting is very boring, just running around in circles praying for a rare encounter to appear. Number two, other than running around in circles, if you have no money, if you're a free-to-play player, hunting is literally the worst thing that you could ever do in the history of Loomian Legacy. Why am I saying this? Because if you're a free-to-play player, it's basically 1 in 20,000 chance of a gamma to appear, and if you're someone who has boost tokens in the game passes, it's basically 1 in 600 chance for a gamma to appear. There's a very big differential between one and the other. Pretty much the odds in hunting are ridiculous, and there's not really that many benefits to hunting if you're the free-to-play player, or if actually you're someone who pays, because sometimes getting these rare Loomians are just very ridiculous with its odds. So the other day I was talking on Twitter, and I came up with a pretty decent idea that I want you guys to hear. I basically said, what if Loomian Legacy were to reduce the odds on everything by 20% for a day or even a week? For example, gammas go from being 1 in 640 to 1 in 512. Would you guys like this? And a lot of people did actually agree with this. A lot of people liked this. A lot of people were behind this. In response to my tweet, Lucky actually brought a good point that I had forgotten about, and he basically said, no, there should just be a day where free-to-play players have odds reduced, because 1 in 20,000 for a regular gamma is absurd, while paid players get it at 1 in 640. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good point that I agree with him. So maybe there should be a day where every kind of player gets benefited, such as like doing a 5% reduction for the people who pay to reduce their odds, and like a 20% reduction for those free-to-play players that don't pay to reduce their odds. And like I basically said earlier, this idea could take a couple of minutes to implement. Not exactly a scripter, so I can't really say much, but I'm sure this idea will be pretty easy to implement. And by doing this, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will take advantage of the opportunity and hop to Loomian Legacy and hunt more, because the odds being reduced would be very good for those who don't have the best luck upon hunting, such as myself. But with all that being said, would you guys like to see this happen in Loomian Legacy? Would you guys like to see the odds of every single Loomian reduced in the game? Let me know in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Armenti, and we